seen a lot of people make some money from the market and lose it. Why? Because they decided. A lot of people cry about forex trading and say things like forex is a scam. One thing I'll tell you is that these people are not going about trading the right way. Whenever I find the time to go on Twitter, one thing I always see people saying is forex is a scam. Someone watched my YouTube video last week and he sent me a DM and told me that he lost $15,000 to the market. There's a dark side to trading. A lot of people have gone through it. I have gone through it. And I'm going to tell you my story of how I went from a struggling trader to a very profitable trader. By this time, 5 years ago, I think that was March 2020, we were in the pandemic, and that was when I decided to start taking forex trading serious. I knew about trading all the way from 2019, but I just wasn't taking it serious. I was trading demo and I was being inconsistent. I found out about trading from one of my friends. I literally witnessed his brother buying my dream device, and if I'm being honest, that was the only motivation I needed to start taking trading very serious. Towards the end of 2020, trading kind of clicked for me. I started withdrawing back to back. The truth is that I was a very broke boy in the past, but after the pandemic, I became fat. I started enjoying trading money, and everyone around me was very surprised because I came out of the trenches. I even became popular in school back then because before the pandemic, I was a broke boy that everybody knew. And then after the pandemic, I came back as a rich guy. I won't lie, life was beautiful. But things started changing for the worse when one of my friends at the time gave me a business idea. I still remember exactly where I was when he gave me that advice. I was in the car on my way to the mall to go and get new TVs for my house. We were on a video call where he gave me that business idea. He told me that we should start taking money from people to trade. At the time, we didn't have any experience in the business or know anyone that was in the business of trading for investors. The best thing to do at the time was to go and meet people that have been in the business before and learn how to do it professionally. But no, we just started the business and started promising people unrealistic returns. Now, what did this do to me? This made me put too much hope in the market. I gave the market the power to make or break me. The market was in control and my emotions was definitely in control. And you know how it goes. I lost every single money I made from the market and I became a broke boy once again. A major part of my 2021 was spent in a very depressing way. And in this video, I will show you one little thing that can stop you from being profitable, and you will definitely see how to avoid it. I've been watching a financial part of YouTube for a very long time and I haven't seen anybody talk about what I want to talk about in this video. Let me tell you something that happened recently. At the end of last year, one of my students turned $79 to over $1,000 in a short time. This was a shocker to me because this guy just started taking forex trading serious. That same last year, I was hanging out in a suit that weekend and I invited him over so that he will come around and we'll talk about his trading sources. One thing I noticed from him was that he wasn't attached to his results. He wasn't depending on his trading. He had his business that he was already running. I found this very interesting because it took me back to one time that I urgently needed money. I was in a very big problem at the time and I just funded my account and try to make a quick buck from the market. It ended in tears, of course. That was the day that I learned that the markets don't care about your issues. And the truth is that if you expect too much from the market will punish you for it. You must approach the markets without emotions. And that was exactly what my student was doing. And the funny thing is that he was doing it and he didn't even know that he was doing it. He was purely depending on his business for survival while just training his strategy mechanically. And this helps him make a whole lot of money. Now, what you need to learn is how to detach yourself from the results. And even when you decide to become a full-time trader, how to keep your emotions to the side. Now, there's a question that a lot of people ask. They always ask me, can someone be a full-time trader without having any other job or any other business? Now, it depends on the person because if I'm being very honest, not everyone is as disciplined as I am. Personally, my discipline is on a military level. So that's why I have the ability to trade without any emotions. But if someone like you is fully dependent on trading and let's say you get into a losing streak, your emotions can take over and you might start getting scared. And that fear alone is enough to help you to start making emotional decisions, which will push you to start taking more losses, which will push you to lose your accounts. I've seen a lot of people make some money from the market and lose it. Why? Because they decided to focused fully on the market and they depended fully on it. So when they got into a little bit of losses or so, their emotions took over and they lost their own money. Why is that? This is because they are expecting too much from the market. You need to take trading for what it is. You see, the market doesn't care about you. The market doesn't care about your emotions. The market doesn't care about your problems. So if you run to the market to solve your problems for you, it's definitely going to punish you for it. So this is why you need a trading plan, a professional trading plan that will guide you so that even if you're going through something, yes, you have a plan that you're following and you follow that plan without emotions. Now, not every single person will be able to follow their strict plan when they are in a serious need for extra cash. So if you know you're in this position, I'll advise you to get another side hustle, something that will be giving you money while you trade. Some people will get a side hustle while some people will just work in their job while they also trade. Having this side hustle is important for two reasons. The first reason is because a lot of you want to trade around the clock, and the truth is that is only going to cause unnecessary losses. But if you have another side hustle, you're going to have something that will keep you busy. The second reason is because if you're fully dependent on your forex profits, then you might start making emotional decisions which might end up in losses. Ladies and gentlemen, the main point of this video is for you not to have too much at stake when trading the markets. Remember the story I gave you at the beginning of this video? One of the major mistakes that I made and the reasons that I fell down to the ground was because I was trying so hard to impress my investors, and I also put too much pressure on my forex career. Trading is a very good and lucrative business if you do things the right way. Now, if you use all your life savings to trade or you borrow money to trade, there's a very high chance that you might lose it. Why is that? That's because you're trading with an amount that you can't afford to lose. You're putting too much pressure on your forex career. Look, a lot of people cry about forex trading and say things like forex is a scam. One thing I'll tell you is that these people are not going about trading the right way. Most of them still risking a huge amount of money without getting the proper education first. Can you imagine a quack doctor conducting a surgery without getting proper education, going to med school and getting the proper education? That will be very disastrous. So you need to go about things the right way. Get proper education. Learn from someone that you're sure that he knows what he's doing. Learn a good trading strategy. Learn a good risk management strategy. Learn a good money management strategy. Learn proper trading psychology. Get a good trading plan. Practice with small live accounts. Then get proper accounts, funded accounts, live accounts, and so on. If you do everything correctly, after some weeks, you will see good results. And then that's when you will start trying to make real money from the markets. Trading isn't a get rich quick scheme. Neither is it a game. It's a business. And if you take the business serious, it will take you serious. I'm speaking from experience. I know there's a dark side to trading, but one thing I want you to understand is that I've made unimaginable amounts on the forex markets. And if you have any doubts, you can easily check the link in my description to see the amounts that I make every day live with people in my free Telegram community. Trading is literally a money glitch. So don't let wrong decisions stop you from making a consistent income from the markets. I don't want this video to be too long because I want you guys to reflect on the points that I've given you. I've told you what you need to turn things around. I run a mentorship program, and my sole aim with the program is to put you through all you need to become a profitable trader in a short amount of time. If you want to make inquiries on how the program works, the link to my Telegram DM is in the description. Send me a message to get started. I'll see you on the winning side.